I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bob Strait Court here at Huntington North High School. This is the Sectional 6 championship game, part of the Class 4A playoffs, and the matchup, as you see it, is between Huntington North and Homestead. Well, both of these teams have had very good seasons. That's not a surprise. Huntington North comes in at 19-4 overall. Their only losses coming against Belmont, Columbia City, Norwell, and Carroll. And for Homestead, they come in at 18-5 overall. They finished third place in the Summit Athletic Conference behind the likes of Northrop and Snyder. Huntington North, they finished fourth place in the Northeast 8, which is a testament to just how good that conference is. Columbia City, Norwell, Belmont were the teams all ahead of them. Columbia City and Norwell both with 20-win seasons. Belmont with an 18-5 season. But nonetheless, Huntington North has had an excellent season, and they easily took care of the Bulldogs of New Haven last night. Now, of course, there was a game today between Huntington North and New Haven. That was boys basketball. New Haven won that one, coming back from 19 points down. But this Huntington North girls team has a chance to win a sectional championship. And it's a team that has been very successful in the time that Matt Hines has been the head coach. They were 18-5 a year ago. Now, Huntington North was ousted by Southside in their first game of sectionals. They made well sure that that didn't happen against New Haven earlier, and that was last night when that happened. 15-8 the year before, 15-8 in the 2019-2020 season. Now that, of course, was, the girls' basketball season was not affected by COVID that year. They got their state championship done before COVID, well, not so much before COVID hit, but before it became a quote-unquote pandemic. But, well, we all remember that, and obviously these teams are ready to move on from that. Now for Homestead, Rod Parker has been the head coach for 22 years, and he has done a great job with this program. He's won 4 straight sectional titles, 8 sectional titles in the last 9 years. He's trying to make it 9 in 10 years, trying to make it 10 overall. He led Homestead to his first sectional championship in 2011, led him to a state championship in 2017. The Spartans went 28-2 that year. And they have been one of the consistent programs in Northeast Indiana ever since. Just over 6 minutes to go until we get this game started. Homestead versus Huntington North. We do know the starting lineups. We'll go ahead and give them to you right now as we have them. Maybe some changes when they're announced, but as we have the starting lineups, here they are. Leah Hurdle is starting at guard for Huntington North, along with Gracie Fields and Hayden Bailey. It's basically a 5-guard lineup. Taylor Double and Marissa Trout round out the starting lineup for the Vikings. For the Spartans, they go with a, we'll call it a 4.5 guard lineup. I'll explain in just a second. Emma Royce and Maya Epps are 2 of the guards. 2 of the other guards are Evie Bottoms and Molly Stock. Allison Stevens, number 22, she rounds out the starting lineup, and she is 5'11". She is a guard-forward hybrid type of player. So that's why I say 4.5 guards that Homestead is using. Well, while we have a moment, we will go ahead and get some words in from our sponsors that allow us to do these games that we get to do so often right here on SummitCitySports.com. This game, by the way, being broadcast on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions and enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne. in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Kelly Automotive Group is celebrating their 70th year in business. Shop all 14 of their locations and contact Kelly Automotive Group at brands@drivekelly.com. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com to learn more. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area. From ages 5 to 18, our players are equipped with elite-level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. A system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. Are you ready to do what it takes to put your past behind you? Whether it's expunging your criminal record or helping to get your driver's license reinstated, Jolly Law Firm is your answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing top-notch commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu for more. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. Learn more about our services by logging on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. And today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are just moments away from the tip-off here at the Sectional 6 championship game. The winner of this game goes to regionals at Marion, and if I'm not mistaken, they will face the winner of the DeKalb sectional. That championship is between Snyder and Carroll. And I believe you can watch that on, well, you can watch it on IHSAA TV, but our Summit City Sports broadcast crew is bringing that to you. We'll be right back in a couple minutes. You're watching high school basketball right here on SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Back here at Bob Strait Court at Huntington North High School in Huntington, Indiana, the Homestead Spartans take it on the Huntington North Vikings. This, of course, is the home court for the Huntington North Vikings, but judging by the uniforms, it's going to be a home game for Homestead. They are there. You might see them there in their home white uniforms, and Huntington North, you can't see them because of our graphic, but they are wearing the road black. They wore road red yesterday, but tonight going with the black uniforms. It looks like we're about to have the national anthem as well as the introduction of the starting lineups, and while we do, we'll take a pause as far as broadcasting is concerned, but we'll keep you right here for the anthem and the lineups.
Championship contest in the IHSAA Sectional 6. First, the visitors on the scoreboard, the Vikings from Huntington North High School. Starting at guard, a 5'7" sophomore, number 5, Leah Hurley. Starting at guard, a 5'7" junior, number 10, Gracie Fields. Starting at guard, a 5'7" sophomore, number 11, Hayden Bailey. Starting at guard, a 5'10" senior, number 23, Taylor Douglas. And starting at guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 24, Marissa Brown. The Vikings are coached by head coach Mr. Matt Hines. And now the home team on the scoreboard, the starters from the Spartans of Homestead High School. Starters for this evening are, starting at guard, a 5'9" junior, number 4, Emma Royce. Starting at guard, a 5'10" freshman, number 11, Maya Epps. Starting at guard, a 5'6" senior, number 14, Evie Bott. Starting at guard, a 5'8" senior, number 20, Molly Scott. And starting at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 11, or number 22, Allison Stevens.
Well, there are the announcements of the starting lineups. Winner of this game moves on to Marion for regionals as Huntington North takes on Homestead. Now, these two teams played each other in the regular season. That game was at Homestead, and it was Huntington North who got the win in that matchup. 58-55 was the final score in overtime. Huntington North hoping to do the same thing this time here on their home court, though they are wearing the visitors' uniforms. Both of these teams got into a running clock in their semifinal games yesterday. Huntington North knocking off New Haven 55-11, and Homestead defeating Wayne 73-32 as Huntington North wins the opening tip. And here is Marissa Trout, gets a screen from Taylor Double. And we're going to have a moving screen. Looks like it's against Trout. No, they stepped out of bounds. The Vikings stepped out of bounds, and Homestead takes over. With the ball here is Evie Bottoms, and she hands that one off to stop. Maya Epps had a double-digit performance last night. She's the leading scorer on this Homestead team. They get the ball to Allison Stevens, and Stevens' three is off the mark. Offensive board by Emma Royst, and Stevens kicks it back, or gets the ball off the kick outside. Stock finds Epps. It is a man-to-man defense that Huntington North is using, and a long possession here for Homestead. Already taken one shot, did not knock it down. Molly Stock will try the three, and it's off the mark. That's Gracie Fields with a rebound for the Vikings as Taylor Double slows it down in transition. Contested shot by Marissa Trout, and it's no good. Epps with the board for Homestead. A catch-and-shoot three for Molly Stock, in and out. Offensive board, putback is good. Emma Royst. Homestead with a man-to-man defense. Now, even with the man-to-man, they were able to force quite a few turnovers against Wayne yesterday as Leah Hurdle kicks it back outside. Trout slows down short of the paint. Leaning in is Taylor Double, and she scores, and Huntington North is on the board. Epps looking to go quick. Allison Stevens for three. Got it! Early three for the Spartans as Stevens knocks it down. They get the ball over to Taylor Double. Double, I believe, had 16 points in yesterday's win. Kara Ankenbrook, one of the assistant coaches, was calling something out over there. Now Ankenbrook has a daughter on this team. More on that later as Marissa Trout answers from downtown. Over to Evie Bottoms. She slips it to Epps. Epps drives into the paint, loses the ball, but got it back. And they're right in front of the Huntington North student section. Now the Homestead student section is right down here on the opposite baseline. Pretty close to where we are. Stevens missed the three that time. She hit one on the last possession but couldn't connect there. Quick down the floor is Hayden Bailey, and Hayden Bailey had a great third quarter yesterday in the win over New Haven. Marissa Trout could not hit the three. She had hit one on the previous Vikings possession. Royce looking for space. I believe that was Bailey guarding her, and a good job she did. 4:28 left to go. We do have an update from the DeKalb sectional. We'll get that to you in a moment. A catch-and-shoot three. It's good. Evie Bottoms from downtown. 2 threes early on in the ball game for Homestead. Epps with some really good defense there, and then a foul called on Royst. Epps was hounding Hayden Bailey, but Royst apparently had too good of a guarding ability. Into the game comes Gabby Helsum, and Helsum is one of a number of freshmen that have been good contributors. She was a great contributor last night in Homestead's win over Wayne. Down the baseline goes Leah Hurdle. Vikings almost turned it over. I mentioned Gabby Helsum. She averages 5.7 points per game, but I believe she had 13 points in the win last night. Wide open as Trout got away from Allie Stevens and put it home. Marissa Trout up to 5 points. She has the last 5 for Huntington North as they swing it out to Molly Stock. Helsum looks to drive. Helsum hit 3 triples as Epps is off on that 3. Saved by Stevens, but the Vikings take over. Leah Hurdle has Molly Stock guarding her, gets away from her, loses the ball. And we have a foul against the Vikings. Each team has now committed 1 foul. They call that one on Leah Hurdle. And here's Maya Epps coming across the timeline for Homestead. We've got less than 3 minutes to go. These teams played an overtime game in the regular season. Huntington North won that, but Maya Epps able to hit that floater. That game was at Homestead when Huntington North knocked off the Spartans. But Homestead knows how to get it done in sectional play as Maya Epps almost forced the turnover. Taylor double able to keep it alive. Left-handed layup is good and a foul. Marissa Trout. Allison Stevens called for the foul. And Trout, who has 7 points in this one, goes to the line and completes a 3-point play to tie the game. Molly Stock feeds it back out to Maya Epps. Swatted away and stolen away into the hands of Hayden Bailey, but Molly Stock pokes it back, and Homestead forces a turnover. Stock for 3, in and out. Epps the rebound. Blocked, but a foul. Gracie Fields called for the foul as Epps gives the lead right back to Homestead. Whitney Ankenbrook comes into the game. Now she is the daughter of Homestead assistant coach Kara Ankenbrook. Kara serves as an interim head coach in the 2019-2020 season when Rod Parker was diagnosed with cancer. Parker did get to come back and finish the season with Homestead. And of course, we're extremely thankful that Parker was able to survive that bout with cancer. Certainly wish him the best because I'm not sure where he is right now health-wise. Obviously healthy enough to coach. But cancer sometimes can come back even when you defeat it, even after a round or 2 of chemotherapy. A little shot fake there by Gracie Fields. And she slips that one off to Hayden Bailey. Long possession here for Huntington North. Homestead staying with the players in man-to-man defense. Double team on the inside. That ball looked like it hit the line. It doesn't matter. Homestead takes over. The double team leads to the steal. Down to 49 seconds. That's a catch and shoot 3 for Helsum. And Gabby Helsum knocks it down. Gabby Helsum Had a big game off the bench last night. She's got 3 points to start this one. Now, Rod Parker does have a fairly impressive freshman class. Helsum is a part of that. So is Maya Epps. And Epps helping with the double team there, but she might have been called for the foul. She was not, actually. Whitney Ankenbrook called for the foul. We got a packed house. There are a few empty seats here at Bob Strait Court, but both teams have filled in nicely. Of course, you're going to get a big crowd from Huntington North since this is their home court, but Homestead not too far away from here. More on that later as Bailey being harassed by the freshman Epps and turns it over. It's Stevens to the basket, puts it in. Allison Stevens. Maya Epps created the turnover, and Allison Stevens took it to the hole, and that's the end of the first quarter. Homestead leading 17-10, and we'll be right back for the second quarter here on SummitCitySports.com right after this.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
17-10, and Homestead starts the second quarter with the basketball. We'll go ahead and update our scoreboard there. So the first quarter has ended, and it ended with Maya Epps forcing a turnover. Allie Stevens got the turnover, but Epps, great defense, created the errant pass as Whitney Ankenbrook here runs it down and finds Stevens. Stevens hits a three. Allison Stevens knocking him down. That's her second three of the game. I do believe that puts Stevens at 8 points for the game. Like I said, that is her second triple. Well, crossover dribble by Leah Hurdle. Now, Huntington North had a great team effort in yesterday's win against New Haven. Looking to get the comeback started, but Hurdle's three does not go, and it's Gabby Helsum with the rebound. Maya Epps coming across the timeline. One freshman to another, and Epps buries a three ball. The freshman movement is on at Homestead. Now for Epps, that is her first three of the game, and offensive foul is called on Huntington North. They call it on Elle McDonald. That's right back to Homestead, a game that was close for a good chunk of the first quarter. Is now starting to get away as Homestead looks to push the pedal down. It's an offensive foul on Gabby Helsum. A rare foul so far here in the second quarter. Homestead started the quarter with back-to-back threes. Gabby Helsum, Allison Stevens and Maya Epps coming up with the threes. They get it to Taylor Double. Double's only got 2 points in the game. Marissa Trout has done most of the scoring. A catch-and-shoot three for Gracie Fields, and she hits it. Boy, the Vikings needed that. To the outside for Stevens. Epps gives that one up to Ankenbrook. Ankenbrook's three won't fall. It's Fields with the board. As Huntington North looks to get back a little momentum after they fell behind by 13 not too long ago. Taylor double very close to the line. Now New Haven did play Huntington North a little bit close in the first quarter, but the last 3 quarters it was all Vikings. As Hurdle looks to drive, has it poked away by Stevens. And it's Ankenbrook who takes over. The freshman comes up with a steal created by Stevens. And Ankenbrook for 3. It is short. And a foul off the rebound. It's going to be on Gabby Helsum. Helsum trying to avoid the foul, but could not do so. Molly Stock will come in for the Spartans. Driving into the paint is Marissa Trout, poked away, and Royce has it. Emma Royce trying to beat the pack. Count it. No. Oh, yes, she did make it. Emma Royce knocked it down. And she's got 4 points in the game. 12-point lead for Homestead. So far, they've outscored Huntington North 8-3 in this quarter. 4.5 to go. Emma Royce staying with Taylor Double the whole way. Double gets the pass from Fields. El McDonald was trying to get free down low. She had Ankenbrook guarding her. Back outside to Hayden Bailey. Bailey driving in, left-handed shot, no good, but Bailey is fouled.
We've got a Spartan personal foul number 20, Molly Stock, with Hayden Bailey at the line, shooting 2.
Hayden Bailey had a 10-point third quarter yesterday in the win over New Haven. She's unable to hit that first free throw. Evie Bottoms will come back in for Homestead. The Spartans have committed 6 fouls. The next one would put Huntington North at the line for 1-1. Second free throw's good. Bailey just able to get it to rattle in. She's on the board for the first time in this game. That's Fields guarding Evie Bottoms. She gets it back, finds Stock. Ankenbrook, the fake, brings it back outside to Stevens. Ankenbrook, the fake. It's around the screen from Stevens. Long possession here for Homestead as the Huntington North student section cheers them on. Cheers on the Vikings, that is. As Stock with the catch and shoot 3 won't go. Ankenbrook the rebound, puts it up. That won't go. Ankenbrook gets her own rebound and gets fouled. And just saw Kara Ankenbrook pumping her fist, and that's got to be an excitement for seeing her daughter Whitney battle on the boards like she just did. As she creates a trip to the free throw line and cashes in on the first one. One for 2 goes Ankenbrook. I did ask Rod Parker about his freshman class, and seemed to be very impressed with that freshman class. Talking about players like Whitney Ankenbrook, Gabby Helsum, and Maya Epps, he said, and I quote, "They are all critical pieces to our success. All 3 of them work very hard and have big contributors to the team's success." I'm guessing he meant to say have been big contributors to the team's success on both ends of the court. Driving inside is Taylor Double, and she scores. Double with her first bucket since the first quarter. Huntington North still very much in this game with 2.5 minutes to go as Stevens swings it outside to the corner. Evie Bottoms waiting. She's got Stevens posting up down low. Looks like Huntington North might be in a matchup zone here, kind of lining the outside of the perimeter. You do have players moving around, but moving around to different spots as opposed to focusing on a particular player. As Stevens drives, we have a foul before the shot against the Vikings. Maya Epps will check into the game. She'll replace Kara Ankenbrook. Some of those freshmen that Rod Parker has at his disposal. It's a very impressive freshman class. The freshmen continue to play as well as they have. These Spartans may be good for years to come, but Marissa Trout forces a turnover. Now, Trout's a sophomore, and she could help Huntington North be good for years to come as she finishes on the inside. 8-point game, Marissa Trout keeping the Vikings in it. Epps uses the screen, brings it back out. Evie Bottoms will try a three. It's good. That's the second three of the game for Evie Bottoms. And the Spartans are knocking down their threes tonight. Allie Stevens has hit two. Evie Bottoms has hit two. Gabby Helsum has one. And Maya Epps has one. 6 threes in all for Sparty. Down the baseline goes Taylor, double. And she's able to put it in. Scored that one from a tough angle, and we're down to 48 seconds left. Well, the Huntington North girls trying to get a win to get onto the regional tournament. Also, after the boys team had a 19-point lead slip away at New Haven, Allie Stevens misses that three. And now a chance for Huntington North as Trout gets down the floor and gets fouled. Check that. That's Taylor double. Number 23, not 24. Evie Bottoms called for that foul, and double goes to the line to shoot the free throws. Oh, that one just bounced right out. It had a chance. Oh for 2, and Epps out-battles McDonald for the rebound. And Homestead can hold for the final shot of the quarter, down to 14 seconds. Epps handling it for Homestead. Stevens with the clock down to 5. Down to 2. Stevens puts it in. Allison Stevens closed out the first quarter with a bucket, and she does the same at the end of the second. 31-20 in Homestead's favor. It was close early on, but Homestead has stretched the lead out to 11. Huntington North has shown some fight, but Homestead has had the answers when the Vikings have gone on a run. And we'll get a few words in from our sponsors here on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. We are the region's largest integrated sports medicine team, providing athletes with specialized services from improving their performance to recovering from injuries. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. The Homestead Spartans trying to avenge a regular season loss to Huntington North. That game went into overtime. The Vikings won it 58-55, and that was over at Homestead. Spartans trying to return the favor. At this point, probably not looking for overtime, but they're up 11 at halftime. We're back after this break here on SummitCitySports.com and the IHSAA TV Sports Network.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
A 31-20 lead for Homestead in the Sectional 6 championship game, part of the Class 4A sectional playoffs. The winner of this game goes on to Marion, as does the winner of the DeKalb sectional. Now, the last update we got from that one had Carroll leading Snyder 22-21. That would be a big bounce back. Carroll went to Snyder for their last regular season game this season, and the Panthers punched them in the mouth that night. Panthers so good at creating turnovers and getting run-out points off of those turnovers, but looks like Carroll, at least up to halftime, was able to handle them, holding them to just 21 points. Here, meanwhile, at Huntington North, it is Homestead leading 31-20 in the Sectional 6 finals. And after we get another word in from our sponsors at Parkview Sports Medicine, we'll show you a couple of the reasons why Homestead has this lead. There's a lot of reasons. We'll show you a couple of them. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Our specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians in our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. No referral needed, saving you time and money. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more. Well, there's a number of reasons why Homestead has this lead, but this was the end of the first quarter. We'll also show you the end of the second quarter. Allie Stevens is involved in both of these, but in this case, so is Maya Epps. Great defense, and then Stevens jumps the route like a linebacker in zone coverage and then takes it to the cup. That was the last play of the first quarter, and it put Homestead up by 7. The lead would get bigger in the second quarter. And this is how Homestead closed out the quarter. Maya Epps, they're running the point, and she's a player that Rod Parker is extremely impressed with. And she's going to get the assist here as Allie Stevens curls in and scores on the final play of the first half. Epps and Stevens involved in both of those plays, two players who make a huge difference. Now, Stevens is a senior. Epps, just a freshman, but Epps, a very good freshman and one who has been key to the success of the Spartans this year and very well could be key to their success in years to come. By the way, we've got another update for you. The last we heard, Bethany Christian was leading Lakewood Park Christian 13-11 at the end of one. That's at the Blackhawk Christian sectional championship game. Bethany Christian survived against Blackhawk Christian last night. Lady Braves had an upset on their minds. But on an and one, Bethany Christian was able to win the game and come from behind fashion as they look to knock off Lakewood Park in the final. Lakewood Park is from Auburn, Indiana, not too far from Fort Wayne. We got about 4.5 minutes to go. We will take another quick break. You're watching high school girls playoff basketball on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Welcome back to Bob Strait Court on the campus of Huntington North High School. We will go ahead and give you the first half stats. First for the visitors, sort of, Huntington North Vikings. It is their home court, but they are wearing the road uniforms. Marissa Trout is the leading scorer for the Vikings with 10 points in this one. Taylor Double has 6. Gracie Fields with 3. Hayden Bailey has added an extra point. For Homestead, Allison Stevens has 8. Maya Epps has 7. Evie Bottoms has 6. She's hit 2 threes in this game. Emma Royst has 4. Gabby Helsum has 3. She's hit a triple coming off the bench. And then Whitney Ankenbrook has 1. Again, the winner of this game moves on to Marion for regionals. The winner of the DeKalb sectional will be there as well. And again, last we heard, Carroll was leading Snyder. That was at the end of the first quarter. Now things may have changed since then. We're going to be right back here in just a matter of moments. You're watching high school girls playoff basketball on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
Yo, what's going on? It's Antoine Taylor with Matrix QB. I'm so excited to announce our new book, The Quarterback Toolshed. Strictly designed to help you slow the game down so that you can speed up. Whether you're a parent, a coach, or a player, it's jam-packed with information. We're going to help you slow the game down by giving you a mental processor so that you can speed up. This resource has all the things you need, from reading the defense, passing mechanics, pre-snap filters, coverage ID, and much, much more. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.
We are back at Bob Strait Court. Homestead with a 31-20 lead over Huntington North, trying to not only avenge a regular season loss to Huntington North, but also win a 5th straight sectional championship and get back to regionals, which will take place in Marion this year. So just a moment, we'll try and get you a more recent update on that game between Carroll and Snyder. I think they got an earlier start than this game did over there at DeKalb High School in Waterloo, Indiana. I don't believe either team had to use a timeout in that first half. And the fouls were not necessarily at a premium. Homestead committed 6, Huntington North committed 5, so neither team got into the bonus in the first half, as Hayden Bailey, who had a monster third quarter in last night's win over New Haven, brings the ball across the timeline for Huntington North. Marissa Trout, the leading scorer for this game so far for Huntington North. Well, Snyder is now leading over Carroll, 46-41, and they're in the fourth quarter. That game looks like it's probably coming down to the wire, as Bailey is guarded by Epps up at the three-point line. Driving in is Trout to the basket. She scores. Marissa Trout trying to pick up where she left off in the first half. Spartans get the ball across the timeline to Stock. Royst, the feed to Allison Stevens. She finds Epps. Bottoms finds Epps, and Epps misses the 3. Rebound pulled down by Gracie Fields. Over to Hurdle. Leah Hurdle finds some help. That's Gracie Fields. As Huntington North looking to get back-to-back buckets. They were down by as many as 13 in the first half. Taylor double for three. It is no good. And Epps has it ripped away by Trout. An extra possession for the Vikings. Bailey no good. Knocked out of bounds. Homestead ball. Epps finds Royce. It's Stock for three. Got it! Molly Stock able to provide the answer after the stop. And got a whistle as the ball went to the sidelines after the make. Little fake there by Hurdle. She gets it inside, I believe, to Bailey. Lob inside. Trout. No good, but she's fouled. And Marissa Trout will go to the line. Carroll now leading 49-43, or excuse me, Snyder leading 49-43 over Carroll.
Puts Marissa Trout at the line for the Vikings.
Trout true on the first free throw. Two for two goes Trout. Epps able to get the ball across the timeline to Evie Bottoms. Looking for help down low. Both Stock and Stevens defended well. Trout staying with Stock, and now they switch defenders. Hayden Bailey will guard Molly Stock. Stevens looking to go to work against Trout. Stock takes the three and hits it. Second three this half for Molly Stock. Bailey looking to drive. Epps on her. Feeds it back outside to Leah Hurdle. A drive to the basket, and Bailey misses. Here comes Stevens the other way. Finds Stock in transition. Blocked. Gracie Fields with the block. Are you kidding me? Huntington North comes the other way. Trout, contested three. It's off the mark. Out of bounds. And Homestead will take over, or will they? They're going to say Homestead touched the ball. Maya Epps apparently touched the ball while trying to block the shot, and Rod Parker not happy with that call. I think his face is turning red. Something that happens to every high school coach. Every high school coach, every college coach, and I bet every youth coach as well. No matter what level of basketball you're talking about. As Leah Hurdle swings that across court. Doesn't even matter what sport you're talking about. You get coaches with red faces in every sport. Spinning in his double, gets the ball back, but she goes to her knees with it. That's traveling. And a timeout is called. We'll see who called it. 30-second timeout. They say called by Huntington North. It's a 30-second timeout. However, we will take a break here at the Sectional 6 championship game.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really –
4:09 to go in this third quarter as Homestead takes over with a 13-point lead. Maya Epps coming across the timeline, and Epps has 7 points in this game for Homestead as Stevens looks to get inside. Epps is the second leading scorer for the Spartans this year behind Allie Stevens. Marissa Trout caused that turnover into the hands of Hayden Bailey. Hurdle across court finds Trout. Never understood why the fans shout air ball when the ball hasn't been shot. At least I think that's what they were saying. Loose ball, that's going to the baseline. Evie Bottoms scooped it up. Epps one-on-one with double, goes outside to Molly Stock. Stock with 2 threes in this third quarter. The dish inside, Maya Epps, rolls right off the rim. Little hard off the glass as double gets inside. Shot fake by Hurdle. Left-handed, and Hurdle scores driving in. Lita Hurdle trying to keep Huntington North alive. They beat Homestead in overtime in the regular season. Stevens, the dish. Back outside to Stock. Stock using the baseline, finds Epps. Epps through traffic. A foul is called, apparently on Huntington North. They're going to discuss it. It's a question of was it a foul or a travel on the part of Epps. It looked like Epps might have walked. We'll see what the call is. Now all 3 officials, 2 officials are going to get together, including the near side official. This is looking like a foul is going to be called. We'll see what the explanation is. I'm sure it'll be announced here in a moment. Looks like a verdict has been reached on the part of the officials, trying to wait to find out officially what that verdict is. It's a foul. It is a foul on Taylor Double in the act of shooting, and Maya Epps will go to the line. Matt Hines trying to get an explanation. Wait a minute, why is that a foul? And Epps able to knock down the first free throw. Gabby Helsum will come into the game for Homestead. Epps goes 2 for 2. Give her 9 points for the game. And Taylor Double will bring this ball across the timeline, and she finds Bailey. The lob inside, too hard and too long and out of bounds. They were looking for Taylor Double down low. And Huntington North turns it over. Epps comes across the timeline. She finds Stevens. That's a long 3. Comes up short. And Leah Hurdle races in for the board. Hurdle with the sidestep. Back out to Hurdle. Trying to take on Stock and feeds it back outside. We have a foul called on the inside. It's going to be against the Spartans by the looks of things. They'll get a sub in. That's Whitney Ankenbrook. Emma Royst called for that foul.
Number 30, Whitney Ankenbrook, into the Spartans line.
It was a non-shooting foul, so no free throws. But we've got 1:50 left to go in this third quarter. They go outside to Hurdle. Hand off to Hayden Bailey. Bailey slips it down low. And they find Hurdle. Back outside to Taylor Double. Double gets the dish on the inside, but missed the shot. She gets her own rebound and puts it back. Taylor Double. Double the shots that time. And she's got a chance at a three-point play. Gabby Helsum called for the foul. Double does indeed complete the three-point play. A breath of hope for the Vikings as we approach the final minute of the fourth quarter. This is Epps out on the wing. Gets it back to Stock. Stock has hit a couple of threes in this second half. Ankenbrook. The feed to Epps, and Homestead could play for the final shot of the third quarter. There's no shot clock in Indiana high school basketball as Helsum makes a move and puts it in. Taylor double comes across the timeline. Huntington North looking to answer before the end of the quarter. Homestead has closed out each of the first two quarters with points, but getting to the basket there is Taylor double. Stock short on the three. It hit the front of the net, did not go in. Here's double back down the floor. Double, blocking foul. Before any kind of shot was taken, double was passing the ball, but it will be an extra possession, so to speak, for the Vikings. As Allie Stevens comes back in for Homestead, the Vikings with a chance to close out the quarter by making it a single-digit game. 3.6 to go. Trout feeds it back outside. That's double for three. No good. And the third quarter comes to an end. Homestead up 10. One more quarter to go to decide who will go to the regionals at Marion. Back after this break on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAA TV.
Sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
A 10-point lead for Homestead. Huntington North is hanging around, but it seems like every bucket they've gotten has been answered by Homestead. Homestead has not allowed them to make this a close game here in the second half. They were up by 7 at the end of the first quarter, and Homestead now trying to push the pedal down as we play one more quarter, possibly overtime, here in the Sectional 6 championship game. That's a long three by Allie Stevens, and she buries it. No trouble at all as Stevens hit that, I believe, from the volleyball line. And she hit 1-3 there. She did not hit 2. But it's a 44-31 lead for Homestead. Molly Stevens, I've got her for 12 points in this one. Bailey driving. Ankenbrook on her. Ankenbrook doing a good job defensively this possession so far. Trying to stay with Hayden Bailey. Which is not an easy task. Hayden Bailey showed the ability to get down the floor in transition last night in the win over New Haven. A crossover dribble by Hurdle and a takeaway by Stevens. Stevens has a couple of takeaways tonight. And here's Ankenbrook with the pass fake. Feeds it out to Gabby Helsum. Corner three by Stevens comes up short. Kara Ankenbrook, the assistant coach, was trying to lean that one in. She's showing just as much emotion as head coach Rod Parker. Come to think of it, she might be showing more emotion than Rod is. A little shot fake there by Gracie Fields. Bringing it back out is Marissa Trout. She feeds it over to Taylor Double. Hurdle on the drive into the paint, and a foul called on Homestead. Looks like that's going on Epps. Well, that's been the one bugaboo this second half for Homestead, is the fouls. They just committed their 5th foul. Huntington North has not committed a foul. The lob inside, wide open is Trout, and she's able to spin it in. Stevens feeds it inside. Ankenbrook gets fouled. Spartans are going to get Emma Royst into the game. And Whitney Ankenbrook, the freshman, able to knock down the free throw. And in case you're just joining us, she is the daughter of assistant coach Kara Ankenbrook. Whitney able to knock down both free throws. El McDonald comes in for Huntington North. Taylor Double looking to get free, swings it across court. Baseline drive, loose ball, and Stock picks it up. Down the court to Stevens. Stevens will slow things down. We've got 5.5 left to go here at Bob Strait Court in Huntington, Indiana. Royst finds Molly Stock. She finds Ankenbrook. Epps able to play some keep away, slips it off to Ankenbrook, and Ankenbrook gets the bucket. From one freshman to another. Maya Epps finds Ankenbrook on the inside, and a timeout looks like it's going to be taken by Huntington North. Huntington North uses their second timeout, and this is a replay worth showing you. The freshman movement is alive and well here at Homestead. As you'll see here, eventually Maya Epps is going to get the ball. Now Epps has been one of the top scorers for Homestead this season, but she slips that one off to Whitney Ankenbrook, and Ankenbrook is able to cash in on it. The freshman movement is afoot at Homestead. Epps, one of the top scorers on this Homestead team. Gabby Helsum has shown the ability to score from the outside, and earlier in this game, Whitney Ankenbrook kept battling down on the glass, got a few offensive rebounds, and eventually earned herself a trip to the free throw line. This 15-point lead is the largest lead that Homestead has had in this game. We do have a final, by the way, from DeKalb. Snyder has defeated Carroll 58-52. Not nearly as close as the regular season game when Snyder put a hurting on Carroll to close out the regular season. But as far as winner versus loser, it's the same result. The Panthers win over there at DeKalb against the Carroll Chargers. So the Panthers are going to regional. We know one Fort Wayne team will be present at regionals, and Snyder, I do believe, will be at Marion. That's where the winner of this game will be. They feed it inside to Double. Driving to the basket. That shot is good, and that's Leah Hurdle. Leah Hurdle trying to keep Huntington North in it. Vikings beat the Spartans in the regular season, a game at Homestead. It was an overtime win for Huntington North, as Ankenbrook is able to feed it off and then sets a hard screen. That is a good screen set by Ankenbrook. Stevens buries a three. Allie Stevens. I believe that gives her 15 points. Three ball by Hurdle. That's way off the mark. An air ball headed to the student section. Here's Maya Epps across the timeline. Epps gets a screen from Stock. Stevens going to try again. Not this time. Quick down the floor goes Taylor Double. Driving to the basket is Hurdle, and Hurdle scores. Trying to give the Vikings a breath of hope, but there's 3.5 minutes to go. Driving to the basket is Royst, and Royst puts it in. Low-scoring night for Royst. She's got 6 points, but she's trying to help the Spartans push the pedal down and get a 5th straight sectional title. Rod Parker's won 9 sectional titles in his career at Homestead. An incredible run, and that does include a state championship in 2017. Long three. It's good. Taylor Double from downtown. Ankenbrook gonna fire, hits a three. Once again, a freshman cashing in, Whitney Ankenbrook. And Whitney has got her first three of the ball game. Drive to the basket, they kick it outside to Hurdle. Check that, it's McDonald, and that ball's stolen away. Who's got it? Well, Homestead's got it. Actually, it's a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to favor Huntington North, and I believe that's Ankenbrook. Ankenbrook fighting for it, and she is having a heck of a ball game. Not scoring a lot of points. She does have 8 points in the game, but Ankenbrook has done a lot in addition to that. Set a good screen earlier in this game, battled for an offensive rebound, and got to the free throw line. Speaking of getting to the free throw line, Hayden Bailey is going to do just that. As Bailey misses that free throw. Oh for 2, and here come the Spartans with 2 minutes to go. Maya Epps turns on the Jets and finds Stevens. That was Epps trying to clear the defense there, and now she's able to find Stock. And Stock buries a three. Taylor Double across the timeline. She finds Trout. Trout with the left hand. It's good. But with 1.5 minutes to go, Homestead appears to be on their way to Marion, but they turn it over here. That's Molly Stock, who's called for the travel. Timeout taken by Homestead. It's a 30-second timeout. However, it's worth mentioning that the freshmen continue to cash in, and we'll show you another example of that here on our Traction AP replay. Kara Ankenbrook had not hit a three at any point in this game until she hit that one. The freshman making an impact, and she's made an impact in a number of different ways tonight. Set some good screens, played some good defense. Had a possession earlier in the game where she battled for multiple offensive rebounds, eventually got fouled and got to the line. Some of those little things that you like to see in one of your up-and-coming ball players. Gracie Fields will bring the ball across the timeline for Huntington North. And a foul is called. That's on Stevens. A minute 16 to go in this game. That was a shooting foul. It'll send Marissa Trout to the line.
Number 5, Leo Hurdle, comes into the Viking lineup.
Again, we know that Snyder has won over at DeKalb, knocking off Carroll. Marissa Trout able to hit that first free throw. Give her 19 points. Easily the leading scorer for Huntington North, and she'll add another one to that. Epps gets a screen from Stevens. Finds Stock short of the timeline. Ankenbrook close to the timeline, gets it back to Epps as Homestead has worked the clock under a minute. Stock calling for help, finds Epps. Epps looking for help. And Rod Parker races over to the official to call a timeout. It is a 30-second timeout, and this time we will take a break. You're watching high school playoff basketball on Summit City Sports and IHSAATV.org.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, I mean, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, I mean, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really
a 15-point lead for Homestead as Epps hits the ball across the timeline. Spartans trying to run out the clock, and then Stevens gets fouled as they attempt to do so. It was just the third team foul on the Vikings. We could have an upset brewing over at Concordia. Garrett is leading Woodland 41-33. That's in the fourth quarter. Ball's going the other way. I think Epps just lost it, and it went out of bounds. Woodland easily had the better record over Garrett going into that one, although Garrett, to their credit, is a well-coached team. Bob Lapidote has done a great job with that team. Well, Maya Epps will exit the game. She put in a good performance tonight. Hurdle recovers the ball and finds Taylor Double. That's a deep three. Double couldn't knock it down. Evie Bottoms the rebound. We're down to 20 seconds, and Homestead is going to celebrate a fifth straight sectional championship. And a good show of sportsmanship there as the Huntington North student section says, "Thank you, seniors." It's a good senior class. Taylor Double's a part of that class. Leading scorer for this game, along with Gabby Leakty, Haley Raines. And really, those are the only three seniors on the Huntington North team. But it's all over here at Huntington North. Homestead is your winner. They win their fifth straight sectional title, the 10th sectional title in the tenure of head coach Rod Parker. A great evening for Homestead basketball as they capture yet another sectional championship. Homestead's going to move on to the Marion Regional, and they're going to cut down the nets. And later on, we might be able to get in a word with Rod Parker. We'll see if he's able to join us. In the meantime, back after this break here on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1 hour workout in.
Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then, too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier, too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Gym Rat's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here. Here.
Here.
I belong here.
Joining me now is head coach Rod Parker of the Homestead Spartans. Well, Coach, first of all, congratulations on the championship.
Thanks, I really appreciate it.
Well, this sectional was one where you had to face 3 straight teams with winning records. That doesn't always happen, but it did happen this time, and you're able to win the whole thing. How much fight, how much determination did it take to get this championship done?
Well, I'm really proud of my kids. You know, it's a team that has worked hard all year. I think we've improved every year. They bought in. We've had to face a little bit of resiliency and adversity this year, and they played good basketball at the right time, and the moment was not too big for them this week, and I'm really proud of them for that.
Well, tonight one of the top scorers was Allison Stevens. I've got her for 15 points. That's unofficial at this point. But how proud are you with Stevens and the work that she's put in, not just tonight, but her whole career?
Well, I'm very proud of Allie. Obviously a 1,000-point scorer. But the thing I'm really impressed with this year is her role completely changed. With the graduation of Patterson, we moved her into the post. So she had to learn how to become a post defender this year and play more of an inside-out game. So she accepted that. She knew that's what she needed to do to make this the best team we could possibly be, and I'm really proud of her.
Now, the freshmen that you have on your team, they have contributed as well. Maya Epps obviously hit those big free throws to beat Columbia City, and Whitney Ankenbrook, Kara's daughter, did a number of things well tonight, including setting good screens, playing good defense, battling on the boards. We saw an example of that earlier with her getting to the free throw line. And Gabby Helsum contributing big time off the bench. I think she had 13 points last night. But how impressed are you? Let me rephrase that. How bright do you think the future looks for these freshmen?
Well, it's very bright. I've coached a lot of very talented players at Homestead over the years, and so kind of knowing how progressively players have improved. Those three freshmen you mentioned are gym rats. They work really hard, and they have a lot of confidence, and they're a very important part of this basketball team. And they've all played integral parts of all of our big wins this year. I thought they had, probably would say, exceeded my expectation for the showing that all three of them had in this sectional this week.
Well, next up, you travel to Marion, and I believe you might be playing Snyder. I know Snyder won today, but regardless, how much are you looking forward to that regional?
Well, we're really looking forward to it. I knew we drew the Indianapolis sectional, so we're going to have Hamilton Southeastern or Fisher. So, it's a tough ball game, but we're excited for the opportunity. We're going to go down, and, Homestead's been there before, and so we know if we're going to make a run to a state title, you got to live in the present. You got to expect to play the best. So next week will be a high-level basketball game, and we're ready for the opportunity.
A fifth straight sectional title for the Homestead Spartans. Again, Coach, congratulations. Thanks for joining me.
Yep, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Head Coach Rod Parker joining us here in a post-game interview. Fifth straight sectional title for the Homestead Spartans. 10th sectional title in Rod Parker's career as the Spartans head coach. Be back in just a matter of moments to wrap things up here on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAFoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Homestead a winner here at the Huntington North sectional. They knock off Huntington North, avenging a regular season loss and, again, getting their fifth straight sectional championship, the 10th in the tenure of head coach Rod Parker. Well, it's time to award our Parkview Sports Medicine Player of the Game, and there's really a lot that we could choose from. We're going to go with Allison Stevens, the senior who finishes unofficially with 15 points. Allison Stevens, your Parkview Sports Medicine Player of the Game. 59-44, that is your final, and Homestead will be moving on to Marion for regionals, and that will wrap things up for our broadcast here at Huntington North as the Spartans celebrate. That's Maya Epps walking down after cutting down the net, and obviously the way it works is all the players get to cut down the net, and Gabby Helsum, who had played a big role off the bench, she's going to take her turn next. And with that, we are going to say so long from Huntington North. For my cameraman, Matt Jackson, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Bob's Straight Court at Huntington North. Homestead, a champion here in Sectional 6, moving on to regionals at Marion. You've been watching the sectional playoffs on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAA Champions Network.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community.